Hello, everyone. We need to talk about a few things here. For starters, I've been starting so many videos lately with thank yous to my Patreon supporters, and partially because I was so far behind on those thank yous because I just wasn't putting out any videos for so long, and I'm sorry to everyone who waited a really long time for that. I want to get out the supports and thank yous as fast as I can. Yeah, that was really bad of me. So I do apologize for that. Everyone is caught up now. Everyone that I've been shouting out in recent videos has been people who jumped onto the Patreon campaign this month, and I'm going to continue that going forward. We did have a little hiccup. We'll address that in a bit, but we need to talk about the Patreon campaign in general because frankly, the way things are going, I need to overhaul it, and I'm not exactly sure how to overhaul it just yet. So, with my Patreon campaign, so if you never looked into it before, the $1, at $1 a month, it's a thank you in the videos. It's just like hair, because I literally like. I tell this to everyone. I'd rather take $1 from 100 people than I would $100 from one person, because you know no one's gonna miss $1. $1 a month. No one's gonna miss. Very well. There's college students, so there might be a few people who miss $1 a month, and I understand if you can't contribute. That's no judgment. You do you. Take care of yourself first. That's what I say. Like, don't pitch into me unless you absolutely can afford it and it's not going to hurt you. But yeah, the $1 is just for a one-time thank you. At $2, it's access to some behind-the-scenes posts on my Patreon. I try to put those in wherever I can, like little tidbits or like previews of things I've been working on. They got to see my edit job for censoring my Wish.com video, and I kind of let people mull over what that meant. $5 a month. It is the access to the Patreon only Discord chat where you can talk directly to me and the other patrons, and it is the 24-hour jump on big videos. The trick to my current video output is there really aren't many big videos. All of them are just kind of small videos, and it's hard to really determine which ones should be advanced previews. I've done a few here and there. Going forward, right now, I'm a little behind right now because when I started this like daily content thing, I put out I sat down, I recorded like 5-6 episodes of things at a time. So now it's been like I'll do a couple a night and get by for a couple days on that, and then I'll have to do a couple more, which is not the cleanest way to do it. I've just been so busy with everything at the toy shop as well as other things in my life that I have not had the opportunity to get all of this sorted out, and I'm falling behind a little bit here. Still trucking along on the daily. Still feel good about it. Still lots of video ideas to do. Not to mention reviews, which I have to talk about that too, don't I? Yeah, we got a lot of updates. This isn't just for patrons, by the way. There's plenty of things we're gonna talk about here. I'm just starting with the Patreon thing. So yeah, I'm gonna do a few more. I'm gonna figure out a few more videos that I can post 24 hours ahead. Usually it's been more than 24 hours. And then the Voyager class, $10 a month. Yeah, exclusive videos. Okay, this is a big one. The polls I started to do, I did one for every patron, which is just kind of like a small, like, who do I review next? Going forward, there's going to be some bigger ones, like the Here's 10s. I've got a bunch of topics lined up, so that's going to be a thing that $10 patrons can vote on. And then, let's see. Exclusive videos are actually really hard to do right now because everything I make is going into the channel right now. So and I don't and I there's not really a whole lot of room for me to make like separate videos just for the Patreon page, because I never want them to be like genuine content. I don't want them to be things like full-on reviews or anything like full opinion pieces or anything like. I just wanted to be like scraps and leftovers and like little things from the past that I never really got around to uploading. Nothing that would be like blocking good stuff behind a paywall. Like, it's just stuff that I had lying around that I wasn't going to post anyway, but you guys get to see it. That kind of stuff. But right now, I'm using everything I make. And I'm not the kind that really flubs my lines or anything like that, especially since so many of these are just like a stream of consciousness. So there aren't any flubs or bloopers or anything like that to go by. There's a few videos where I might set a second camera to do like a behind the scenes thing. I wouldn't mind doing that as a Patreon thing, but I'd have to be making more interesting videos in order to do that. And then the leader class, this one we really do have to talk about. So you get a permanent credit in the end of my videos. Well, permanent, as long as you are in the leader class, you get you get a credit at the outro of my videos, every video. And then the access to producer section of the Discord server, so, and even like that's like the VIP lounge of this whole thing. The big one we have to talk about is the one review request upon first payment, because I had to make sure that first one clears, just to make sure I'm not getting trolled. I did have someone make a $1 pledge. I've been doing shout outs as soon as I get them in. So as soon as they got their shout out, they deleted it and left. So that was a shout out for absolutely nothing. And that robs it from everybody else, because if someone's just going to troll it and just get them as freebies, then that takes away from the people who genuinely stuck around and showed that support. So if that keeps happening, I'll switch it to where like I'm not going to do any new shout outs until the first of the month happens. So that might change. Right now I'm going to try and keep it in good faith that first payment's going to go through, and I'm not going to be giving away like freebies here, because I want these to go to the people who are genuinely supporting what I'm trying to do. So for the review requests, I know I have $15 patrons who have not messaged me with their requests yet, so they might not even be aware. So here's your like awareness. Yeah, you have if the first of the month has gone by and you have been a leader class patron since then, I owe you a review. Try to keep it to something I own, which admittedly I haven't done a room tour in a long time, and I've sold off a lot of things, so that's might be a little bit sketchy, but we can kind of talk it out and figure out what kind of thing you'd want me to review, and we'll decide on something. I remember a few. As far as the requests that I already have, I remember some of them that I need to do. I need to do Bakon Clinch. I remember that one. I need to do Figuarts Ryuko from Kill la Kill. Not Figuart. Figma. I have to do that one too. Someone, and I'm sorry, like, I was trying to keep this all in my head, but it's been a long time now, and it's been a hectic couple of years. One of the ones that I was requested was Project BM Kamen Rider Decade. Like that really high-end Decade figure I got at MetroCon a couple years back. To whoever made that request, please send me a new request, because that toy's falling apart on me. And I do not want to risk touching it for a review, because I have no, like, Project BM figures are already kind of notorious because they're not the most solid figures you can own. They are prone to breaking, and since it's a cloth stitched suit, you can't get into it to fix anything that breaks. So they are very accident-prone toys. And the armor's falling off of mine. Anything that's been glued to the suit is falling off. And I'm not sure how to glue plastic onto faux leather. Unless it's like, that sounds like a hot glue gun job, and I don't own a hot glue gun. But yeah. So that one hit a difficulty. Please send me a new request. And yeah, and this goes for anyone who has been a patron at that level in the past. Like, if I owe you one, let me know. And I like make sure like I can actually go back into my own little records and confirm that you chipped that in, because I will be able to do that. So I want to make sure the people who support got that, get what they get what I promised them here. So that's all that taken care of. Now, one of the problems I've had, and it's an awesome problem to have, and I thank you for giving me this problem, is that every time I'm just about caught up on my Patreon shoutouts and thank yous, a few more trickle in, and I fall behind a little bit more, so I'm never quite completely up to date. I think I still have, as of this recording, I think I still have 3 that I owe. So yeah, and I didn't do a shout out on this one because that felt redundant. It felt redundant to do a Patreon shout out and a Patreon update video. So we're going to do better about this. I'm going to get everyone the review requests that they're owed. Assuming I am capable of reviewing the thing they want me to review. Like I said, discussions might have to happen. Beyond that, there was another part of my this Patreon campaign that really did not pan out the way I wanted to, and it's actually kind of like redundant at this point. So I had an idea where, aside from just like the normal type of Patreon rewards, and if I could think of better rewards, I really would. Things I am capable of. I mean, I did something called the Almighty Dollar campaign, which was I was keeping track of how many patrons I had, and I was giving rewards based on that. It's completely superfluous now. Like monthly live stream, I'm live streaming like 2 or 3 times a week right now. Like I live stream every chance I get now. And then we look at the goals, like the milestones that I've been hitting. Like, okay, so right here it says at $400 a month, I will do 16 videos minimum. I've done 40 videos in a row on a daily streak without missing a day. I've done like 40 videos in a row without missing a day. So if this keeps up, and I think it will keep up for the foreseeable future, because I'm still enjoying what I'm doing, and I still have tons of ideas to do. But for now, like, this stuff is completely obsolete. So I need to completely rework this and figure this out. So I think what I'm going to do, I think the Almighty Dollar campaign is just going to float away because, that never really worked out. And live streams are not a huge draw for this campaign. And I just do live streams anyway, so it doesn't really make a difference. And then for the goals, so I have an idea, and I want you to follow me on this. So I've kind of had in my head for a while that I want to do a series that is an episode by episode review of Transformer cartoons. So the first one up would be Beast Wars. And the idea would be that if my Patreon hits 500 a month, then I start recording these one episode, these 1-by-1 reviews of Beast Wars. I would do season 1, 26 episodes worth, and then, when we hit the end of the month, if it's still at 500, I will do season 2 and 3. And then we look into what we can do with others. Like the natural progression from there is Beast Machines, but that's a show I don't like. So it's a little bit, even though it's only 26 episodes, it's a more of a slog to actually get through. So that one, I know, depending on how my Patreon goes and depending on how people react to that extra content, then I will adjust it. So it might be like, at 600 we do Beast Machines, and then like we have to up the scale, because not only would this would not replace the daily videos. This would be an additional daily video, or maybe every other day, depending on because I don't want to overload anyone with videos. I don't want to do 2 videos a day, which would be a lot for a YouTube channel to be producing, and that would probably fry my brain. So maybe every other day I would post those. Or maybe some days they would replace the daily video. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. But I would work them in somewhere. And yeah, if we finish season 1 of Beast Wars and it's still over 500, we'll do season 2 and 3. If it's still, if it goes as high as 600, let's do Beast Machines 2. Beyond that, we're looking at like G1, which is way more episodes to go through. So that one would be a slog. I enjoy G1, but that's a lot of that's a lot of episodes to watch for that project. And then shows I do not enjoy as much would be added into there. Armada, Energon, Cybertron. I know there are those out there who would love to make me suffer through an entire sitting of Transformers Armada, episode by episode, and just watch me lose my mind. If this goes well, we're going to start this experiment with Beast Wars, and if this goes well, we will discuss what to do with Armada and the rest of them. But that is only if this is actually successful. My Patreon has to get to 500 first before we do anything like that. So I think that's my Patreon update. Again, thank you everyone who's been jumping onto it. That has meant the world to me. And yes, like, even if it's just $1 a month, I know that doesn't seem like much, but if a lot of you are doing that, my God, it helps so much. And little contributions to create big things. And like, the bigger that Patreon gets, the more I can invest back into the channel. I've got new equipment that I need to figure out how to work, new cameras. I need, as you've been hearing in random review, I need a better microphone. My normal shotgun mic does not work with my current setup. That is what is kind of giving me audio quality problems. So I either need a boom mic that I can set up at the shop, or some other kind of multi-directional mic like the Yeti I've got up here. Or I need a better lavalier mic. I think the lavalier mic's probably the most freedom that I could get, but yeah, as you've seen with the one I have, it's very hard to find one that's good quality that's going to work for what I need, without spending a fortune. So that's where I'm going with that. I had some updates for everyone else, if I can actually think of them. It's getting late. My brain isn't trying very hard to tell me to go to sleep. I've been studying the analytics to my videos lately, and I've kind of been shocked at what I've seen, because I was at a point, I think part of my burnout, I think part of why I stopped doing videos for so long is because I felt like the channel relied on the toy reviews to keep people interested and engaged. I thought I had to produce reviews, but I was just so burned out on talking about toys one by one. I was so burned out on just reviewing in general, and it just felt like a chore. Like what I used to enjoy doing started feeling like a chore, because it's just like, well, my channel's just not going to, my channel's not going to work unless I'm just hammering out these reviews. Boom, boom, boom. Let's do 3 a week. Just boom, 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 boom. And there's just so many times, it's just, after a while, it's just like, I can't do it anymore. I can't. My brain just couldn't handle it. But in this push, I have not done too many reviews. And what surprises me about this is the reviews are not very high-performing videos. Let me see if I can switch over to my analytics page without giving away any personal information. Okay, I think I'm good here. So yeah, if we're looking back at just some of these videos, you can see where my confusion comes from, because here's my review of Dinobot, 3,400. That's okay, so that's okay for a little channel like mine, but then it got outstripped completely by my 10 favorite repaints video with Grimlockamus. And part of that might be because, yeah, I pulled somebody in, so his fan base came in and watched it too. But that's a 44-minute video. That's a long sit, and a lot of people came and sat through it. Meanwhile, Dinobot was, for a review, 18 minutes is long. But I figured me talking about a Scott McNeil character, that would pull in a lot, right? It didn't pull in nearly as much as me pitching BotCon concepts. That's literally just me talking to the camera and showing old BotCon, like little... It's basically me showing you a coloring book. But people loved it. And I have to do it again because I've still got a ton of those lying around. And like the thing that got me the most is like, browsing for protos on eBay, 11,000. That's just me browsing a website and giving my opinions. But like, hopefully it's just like I'm doing a kind of web browse that you don't think to do yourself. So it's kind of interesting. That's the hope in those videos. And then the unused concepts, 10,000. The Megazord problem that came back and bit me, 10,000. Where I'm getting my frustrations is, while I love that all these random videos I'm doing have been hitting, that people are like tuning in to like me going on Wish and searching Transformer names, 10 unsolved mysteries of Transformers, like, and then that's like general news videos like talking about the Golden Disc collection. I'm thrilled that people are hitting on those things because it tells me I don't just have to do reviews. I can just speak my mind and give my opinion, and people are tuning into it and enjoying it, and they'll tune in, and they tune in more when I do it again. And I love doing like things like the deep dive for the voice actors. I want to do that again for the Beast Wars cast, and we can do it again for the movie cast and all this. The things that upset me is when I look at things like the Toy Store Life episodes, and I love talking things that, knowledge and stories that I've gained working in an actual toy store. You think a toy reviewer talking about his job at a toy store would pull a little bit of interest, but it does not compare to a lot of the other videos I've done. And then I want gaming content to work so much on this channel, and it's just never going to. And I have to come to accept that, and it's just frustrating. I love Animal Crossing. I would love to do more Animal Crossing videos. I'd love to do like Let's Plays of Transformer games. That might get attention. I'd love to do just, again, like, I would just love to do different things, things that I don't normally get saddled with. And I know a lot of you say, well, we watch the content for you, we'll watch whatever you post. The views don't lie, though. If I talk Hasbro's Megazord problem, it gets 10,000 views. I talk about a video game I love, and it gets 500. So, like, it's one point where, like, I'm doing a lot of these videos I'm just doing for me, admittedly, just because I want to do them. I wanted to do a reaction video to a Nintendo Direct, because it always looked fun, and I had fun doing it. No one watched it. Well, relatively nobody watched it. At the end of the day, I need to post content that people are going to, engage with. So, like, when I look at my analytics, of course, the Here's 10s do well. The tier listings do okay. If I'm talking Transformers, they do okay. Common one did all right. Yeah, but, like, just following, like, reading the tea leaves here of my analytics and going, you know what? Some of this stuff is just never going to take off. And I'm going to keep trying. I do want to keep doing Toy Store Life. I want to bring back my TJOmega series. Like, that was another one where, like, video game content didn't work. TJOmega, my RPG stories, that didn't work. This is a long list of things that I would really like to branch out into, but I'm just not getting the support I need to justify it. So, a little bit of frustration going on there, but it also kind of tells me what you guys want, what I can do for you, and I'll just keep experimenting. I got tons more video ideas. There's a bunch of these that I want to go back and do again in other ways. Because I said on the Wish video, I can do the same thing with AliExpress and see what differences come up, and so include me into something else that's fun that I can search for there. There's more eBay videos I can do, of course. But eventually you start running out of ideas like that. But I've still got more on top of that. We'll just see what we can expand and do full series of, or just revisit once in a while. That's been the fun part of all of this experimentation, is just seeing what works, seeing what I can do, and seeing what people react to. You know, when I see like, okay, I'm browsing eBay for prototypes, and it's like one of my most viewed videos this month. That's kind of incredible. That's kind of amazing. So, like, immediately my brain goes, what else can we do? Like, how else can I deep dive on eBay? Well, there's a few ways to do that. And I'm going to get to a few of them. And then, do I have more BotCon ideas? Because people responded well to that. Yes, I do. But maybe I don't, maybe I don't talk Animal Crossing again. And it almost comes to a point where, like, do I even do reviews anymore? Because if my reviews are not getting the views that, like, my Here's 10s are, maybe my focus is wrong. But that's a debate for another day. But I'm kind of getting all this out of my head just so I can put it into your head and see the reaction. Because I know there's going to be a lot of people in the comments going, well, we watch for you. We'll watch whatever you do. But the numbers don't pan that out, unfortunately. At the end of the day, I got to know what you guys really want and what the majority of you guys want to see. Don't tell me Plastic Addict. Don't. I know. But once again, this is kind of just me asking what has worked, what hasn't worked, what would you like me to see, what more would you like me to do? Because I want to do as much as I can. And I want to keep this ball going because this has been a really rewarding experience to just see that I'm capable of it and to see everyone react to it and respond favorably to it. There's a lot of weirdness in my channel over the last month and some change. But I've enjoyed it, and it seems like a lot of you guys have too. So we're going to keep it up, and maybe, just maybe, we'll actually make a success out of this channel yet. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for supporting. Again, to my patrons, thank you immensely for the contributions. They genuinely do help keep the channel going. They genuinely do keep me doing this. And to all the others, even if all you're doing is hitting the like button on the video, it's the smallest thing you can do, but it makes the world of difference. Like, it's just it's such a small thing, but to YouTube, to the algorithm, it is a major deal. So even if that's all you're doing, thank you for that too. And I know next time we talk, I want to talk about not things that we haven't been able to accomplish and things that haven't worked. I want to talk the things that we've succeeded in doing and the things that are working on the channel. And I want the next time we check in to be like, everything is on the up and up, and this channel is actually going the direction I've always wanted it to. So hopefully the next time we talk, that will be the case. So until then, guys, I am facing the most powerful enemy any YouTuber can face, the algorithm, and I need your help to defeat him. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, and leave a comment. Every time you do, we attack that algorithm and we drive it back until it can no longer defeat this channel. Thank you very much.